Another pretty uneventful year for us, huh? What? Something stupid? Surely you jest, good penguin. I'm just working on my end-of-year video here. After that, it's a month of just relaxation. Well, there's just one thing I wanted for Christmas that I didn't get. But I'll be getting that soon. Truth here, and it's time for more Otaku Evolution. Be sure to like, subscribe, and contribute to my Patreon. In this video, I'm examining the English dubs of all the anime I've covered the second half of the year. There was a variety in quality. DBZ dub video notwithstanding, I covered 3 Funimation-licensed, Funimation-dubbed anime since the mid-year video. I wouldn't consider any of them my favorites, dub-wise, but they were all at least presentable. Ghost in the Shell Arise has been missing the English dub cast of Standalone Complex, but nobody really blows it or anything like that. The cast does a serviceable job despite the confusing material. Obviously, guest star Mary Elizabeth McGlynn dominates every scene she's in as Karutsu. Elizabeth Maxwell is decent as a more neophyte Kusanagi. There aren't really a lot of performances that impress me, but it's alright for the most part.
I thought those two were with you. What's the deal?
Would you give that nonsense up already?
Hey, look. They found us.
They're trying pretty hard to wipe us out.
What, are they gonna say it was a field test accident? I can't do anything with this crappy gun.
One Piece fans were super lucky that Funimation took over from 4Kids. The show went from having one of the worst dubs ever made to having a pretty damn good one. Colleen Clinkenbeard, Chris Sabat, Eric Vale, Lucy Christian, Sonny Strait, and so many others who acquit themselves quite well in their roles. I'm a fairly big fan of Chris Rager's Arlong, too. Now, the English dub cast might not be as iconic as the Japanese one, but they're in the same ballpark at least.
Yeah!
I'm going to the Grand Line to find the All Blue.
I'll become king of the pirates!
To be the world's best swordsman.
And I'm gonna draw a map of the entire world.
Hey, wait, let me in on this too! Well, I guess my goal is to become a brave warrior of the sea!
I've never been the biggest fan of Funimation's Lupin III dubs, and the dub for The Woman Called Fujiko Mine is the closest they've gotten to good, thanks to bringing in Michelle Ruff as Fujiko. Sunny Street's Lupin is much cooler sounding here, and it mostly works, but he's no Tony Oliver. Chris Sabat and Mike McFarlane are still ho-hum as Jigen and Goemon, which is a disappointment, but the added benefit of having Richard Epcar as a more serious Zenigata compensates somewhat, and Jesse James Greeley excels as Oscar. Actually, it often seems like Ruff and Greeley are carrying the dub. It's a dub that's tolerable at worst and good at best.
You know, it's the funniest thing. I'm actually better at torture than I am at stealing.
Torture?
Now, moving on to the thumbnail.
No!
What would I do without Funimation dubs to nag? I promise that I'm not trying to be a hater. Funimation dubs have gotten quite good. I covered 2 New York dubs this half of the year. Let's talk about the older one, Todd Studios' The Irresponsible Captain Tylor dub first. This is the same studio that dubbed Harlock Saga, Now and Then Here and There, and Revolutionary Girl Una. Mercifully, almost miraculously, This dub is better than their usual, let's say, output. Sure, it's not a great dub. It has its fair share of stilted performances, but it's also got plenty of solid ones too, like Crispin Freeman's titular Tylor, Rachel Lewis's Yuriko Star, and J. David Bremer's hilariously over-the-top Lieutenant Yamamoto. Given the tone of the show, it just works.
Captain, you're not serious? Are you saying that you want me to study tactics?
That's right, tactics. The most basic tactic of all, Lieutenant. Come on, every kindergarten kid knows it. You always win by running away.
The other New York dub blows that last one away, though, as it's NYAV Post's Gundam Unicorn dub, which stars the likes of Steve Staley, Stephanie Shea, Keith Silverstein, Yuri Lowenthal, Tara Platt, Michael Sinter-Nicholas, Michelle Ruff, and Richard Epcar. It has a good mix of New York and California talent, and it all just sounds excellent and is about as natural as the Japanese version. It's one of the Gundam franchise's most standout dubs.
One more thing. Who are you? Are you Shar Aznable or aren't you?
As I am now, I consider myself nothing more than a vessel. A vessel for the hopes of those abandoned in space, and for the ideals of Zeon that will light all our paths to freedom. So if that's what the people desire, then Shar Aznable is who I will be.
There's no sugarcoating the quality of ADV's English dub for the original Macross TV series. It's fucking horrible. It fails on so many different levels. The poor casting, the terrible deliveries, the novelty of Mari Aijima being Minmay in the dub, which wears off almost immediately. It's just a bad, poorly acted dub with few, if any, redeeming qualities. One of ADV's worst. And it's possible that it's a product of bad direction, because many of the VAs in this have been good in other anime. Even Vic Mignogna is usually better than in this, and he's an overrated douche. And just because Aijima can speak English doesn't mean she can act in English. It's fucking unbearable.
It's all over! First the Earth, and then us!
No, it's not over yet. And there's something I need you to do. Would you be willing to sing for everyone?
Sing?
Yeah, I've got an idea.
Fortunately, we don't have to end on a bad note, because Sailor Moon Super Ass the movie has a wonderfully done dub by Studiopolis. Stephanie Shea's Sailor Moon is sprightly and charismatic, and Sandy Fox has a youthful energy that can be rather adorable as Chibiusa. All the other Sailor Guardians have fitting VAs, especially Erica Mendez as Haruka, and Lauren Landa as Mitsuru. I'm glad Sailor Moon was fortunate enough to get a better, more accurate dub like One Piece. Not a lot of anime get a second chance like that. If only other older anime whose dubs sucked could get redubbed.
Sailor Moon? You see this? Taking even one bite will make you 1,000 times stronger and more courageous, because these are special cookies. Sailor Moon, you can't! Listen, if you do this, then you'll never return from...
Wow, that was fun, wasn't it? A few good dubs, a few decent ones, a really terrible one. Practically the whole spectrum of quality. Remember, I don't mind English dubs, I'm just very particular about them. So that's the end of 2023. I made what I consider some of my best videos this year. It would be nice if people actually watch them, but perhaps the new year will bring more viewers. Hope springs eternal. I hope you had a great year, and next year is even better. Until then, see ya! What's up, Putin on the Ritz? What you gonna do? I don't think so. Now, dead or alive, you're coming with me. Is that not the RoboCop reference? Netanyahu's next!